Hi, my name is Frank Pocket, and I'm going to show you how to operate a hydraulic car jack. So, first things first though, I'm going to give you a little lesson here. In the 17th century, a mathematician named Basil Pascal first introduced the idea of how a hydraulic jack would function. He wanted to develop Pascal's principle, which is also known as the transmission of fluid pressure principle. The principle states that in a closed system, equal pressure in all directions is created when pressure is put on fluids that can't be compressed. So, it wasn't until in 1925 that the first car hydraulic hoist was patented, and it was patented by Peter Lunti. I don't really know how to say his last name. But so the jack that I'm going to work on is a torn jack, and as it says here, it was established in 1954, and it has more than 40 years of experience in the developing and manufacturing of selling various hydraulic jacks. It is the biggest jack manufacturer in the world, and the company produced over 152 million jacks annually. Anyways, that's enough of that bookwork. We're gonna head her to the shop. So for your personal protective equipment for operating a hydraulic hoist, you're gonna want your work boots, or steel toe Dunlops will also work too. But you gotta make sure they're steel toe and like a high top for your ankles, so you don't want to twist your ankle. And then you're gonna want a pair of coveralls just in case if any oil spills happen, or if you get caught somewhere. It's a bit thicker material that you can kind of protect yourself a little bit, and yeah, it'll definitely keep you from getting your clothes all dirty. And then you're gonna want your safety glasses there, just in case anything flies off, or any hydraulic lines busts, or any bolts break off, or anything, or anything that could happen that'll cause you to get something in the eye. You can just protect them with your safety glasses. What? This is going to be your basic maintenance on car hoist. I'm using the Torn. It's like 4,500 pound to about 6,500 pound car hoist, hydraulic, and this is going to be your basic maintenance. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your fluid cap and check your fluid level. You want to have a rag on standby there to keep that off the floor. There should be two marks right here and right here. Just that'll show you what level the coolant or the fluid's at, your hydraulic fluid you want. You want, I guess you'd want synthetic hydraulic fluid in that, or non-synthetic, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna checker here. As you can tell, it's just up about at the top mark there. It's about 3/4, which is pretty good. I haven't really put any fluid in it yet since we put her on, so that means it's not leaking or anything, which is always good. And you want to check around the side of the pump and your hydraulic lines there to see if there's any leaks or cracks or bends that create any wear and tear on the lines, and that looks pretty good. And the motor looks pretty good on it. No leaks or anything. And yeah, then you're gonna want to check your anchor bolts too, just to see. I don't got the proper wrench here, but this is gonna have to work. Just to make sure they're nice and tight. Oh, that's a little loose. That's tight there now. Oh. Anyways, I'm not gonna tighten them all up here. I'll be here all day, and you're gonna want to check your arm bolts too, so they don't fall off. You don't want them loose, or your car will come down, which wouldn't be good at all. You don't want to get that squishing you. And you're going to want to check your cable. That's your safety cable. Once you set your car down on your blocks, then that's what all the weight goes on instead of your chain. You're going to want to check your chain for the hydraulic cylinder there. No stretch. It's not stretched or anything, and the cylinder looks pretty good. And yeah, and then in here too, you're going to want to check your safety blocks. Just kind of see if they're loose or anything. Make sure the welds are good on it. So yeah, that's where you're setting your post arms on. So then you don't got all your weight on your cylinder. It's gonna set on them for extra safety. So yeah, that's basic maintenance on a Touring hydraulic hoist. This is your safe work procedures for a hydraulic car hoist, and we're using the Touring one. So first thing you're going to want to do is actually put your safety glasses on. You can't forget that. You're going to pull your car up, make sure that the door panel, like the door frame, is going to be dead center in the hoist arms. To keep that balance perfect, because you want a perfect balance in the weight distribution on your arms. So then if you have a heavy motor vehicle, like say a Dodge Ram or a Cummins or something, or a Power Stroke or something heavy, you don't want her tipping off the hoist if you got it too far ahead, right? But anyways, that's how you make sure you get that good dead center balance. Make sure your arms are down all the way. Use your lever to drop it down. That's your release lever. Should be good. Put your arms under your vehicle. Say if it was on a Honda Civic, you put it on the rocker points because it's not a very heavy car, right? And they can withstand the weight of it. But if it was on a truck or something, or a van, you want to put it on the frame rails or a solid lift point. Anyways, and you're going to want to make sure you got your teeth. Then with your locking teeth, make sure your post arms don't move around while it's got the car up on the hoist, right? Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Got the makeshift vehicle on there. You're going to want to make sure you're staying clear. Everybody's staying clear. What you should say, back in the old automotive days, is car going up. Oop. There we go. That's your kind of like your start button, I guess, for the engine, for your little hydraulic motor there to jack her up. And you're going to want to listen for them clicks. And stop right soon as after it clicks, and you're going to want to drop it down using your release lever until you hear that little click. It's kind of slow. Just like that. So when it's sitting there, right, everything's all locked in. Your arms aren't moving anyways. And like earlier I was mentioning them safety blocks. Your arm, like your whole cylinder and everything, is going to be sitting on them. So them are your extra safety supports. Because if not, you got all your weight on that chain and that hydraulic cylinder. And if somehow that gives out, the whole car is coming right down on top of you, and that wouldn't be good. Anyway, so everything's all locked in. So you're going to check it again, make sure everything's all sitting right and level. And then what you want to do is come to the back of the vehicle and give it a little shake. Make sure everything's sitting balanced. And it's not like it's feeling like it's wanting to tip or anything. And if it's good, then you're A1 to work on it. And that's how you jack her up. And when you're wanting to come down, you're going to want to put her up a little bit for this style hoist. Get it off them safety blocks. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull them. There's little pins here that takes them little blocks. There's a little safety block in there that pulls them away, so then it doesn't hook back up to it. You're just going to want to let her down, and since there's no vehicle on it, it's kind of slow, but that's generally how you jack up and take down a vehicle on a car hydraulic hoist.